Hi everyone, I'm Lloyd Court and I'm the colour director here at Skyler London, and today's video I'm going to be taking you through our long bleach regrowth application. This is my lovely model Yana. As you can see, she's got some really nice big roots that we've got to deal with. She's naturally a level 6, may look slightly darker in the camera because her hair has got a bit of oil in it, but she is naturally a level 6. And as you can see, she's got blonde already going through the ends, and we have a little bit of lightness through here and a bit of depth through those ends. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, touch up those roots to make sure they're nice and light, and then we're going to go through these lengths and ends just to clean them up a little bit more. Our aim is to go for a nice sort of silvery white blondie color, and the last time Yana had it done, she's only had one bleaching service. So by going over this again, it will definitely get it nice and cleaner. When hair is virgin, sometimes the ends take a lot longer to lift because they have been exposed to the atmosphere a lot more with oxygen and all that kind of stuff. So definitely we need to go through those ends again just to lift them up, because once we lift the roots here, these roots are freshly keratinized, so they're going to lift a lot easier and the cuticle is going to open a lot quicker to accept the bleach, whereas on these ends we've got a lot more to battle through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything mixed up, and then we're going to start applying here in the mid-band, missing out the regrowth, and then we're going to leave it for about half an hour and then go back into the roots. What I'm doing now is I'm just using our in-house scalp oil, and what we do is before any bleach application, or if anyone has any sort of sensitivity on their scalp, this acts as an extra layer of sebum to stop the lightener or any color products that we use attacking the scalp. So what we do is we like to apply this all over and then sort of massage it in. It doesn't affect the bleaching process or the coloring process at all, but actually what it helps to do is just help the scalp protect it so you don't feel any irritation. Generally with a scalp bleach, you will feel irritation a little bit, but anything more than just a little niggle is unusual. For my bleach today, I'm using the L'Oreal Professional Platinum Plus and 30 volume oxidant. It's a really, really great lightener because it has beeswax in it. So what it does is it helps to protect the hair and also protect the scalp. It's a very, very nice cream-based lightener, which for that reason, it doesn't actually dry out as a powder lightener would, and that's why we like to use it for our scalp bleaching. And then what I'm going to do is after I've applied on my scalp oil, I'm going to start from the back sections, applying to the mid-band first, making sure I avoid the roots. And then I'm going to use a piece of cotton wool in between each section, and that's going to help to protect from overlapping and also to protect the hair that's already bleached from being bleached again. So we've just finished sectioning off Yana's hair. What we've done is we've done it into 4 sections to keep it nice and tidy and nice and clean. What we're going to do is we're going to start here on the back left-hand side, and we're going to take small sections and apply the lightener through the mid-band, and then make sure we're using our cotton wool to keep everything nice and clean. So the key with doing a bleach regrowth is making sure you keep the sections really, really nice and small, and making sure you're grabbing each individual hair that you can. So I'm going to take my L'Oreal Professional balayage board, and then I'm going to take some lightener on, go underneath of my balayage board and apply as close as I can to the regrowth without it actually going on to the roots. Making sure I have nice even saturation throughout. I take my cotton wool strip, and as I pull it out, I'm going to place the cotton wool underneath. Now at the bottom here, your cotton wool may come a little bit loose, but you just need to place another piece on top and that'll keep it nice and tight for you, okay? So I'm going to take my next section, making sure it's nice and fine. Yana has finer hair anyway, so we can get away with slightly larger sections. You just want to make sure that the section is small enough that you're able to saturate from one side. When we're doing a long bleach regrowth, it's really important to make sure we're not overlapping where the previously bleached hair is. Obviously you can see from Yana, because she has left it so long, we almost have a sort of zigzag effect from where the previously bleached hair is and where her current dark hair is as well. So what we want to make sure is, even though we do have to overlap to make sure that we get all those darker hairs in, that we don't go a lot further down and create some real damage. So I've just finished my section on the top, and now I'm going to move over to the left-hand side. I like to move from left to right. That helps me remember where I applied first and where to go back in first after applying the roots. So as you can see, I finished all of these 4 quadrants now, applying the bleach in just the mid-band. So just to remind you, we used a 30 volume developer in that mid-band. We're going to leave this to develop for half an hour, and then after that we're going to go back through and retouch up the roots with a 30 volume developer. Then we're going to make sure we go back over that mid-band area to keep it nice and moist, and we'll be doing that again with our 30 volume. So we're going to mix up a new 20 volume bleach for the ends to get them nice and light. We're going to leave this and we'll be back very soon. So we've waited half an hour, and now I'm going to go back through and apply to the roots and reapply to the mid-band. So when we're doing this, I like to start from the top up, just to make sure that we're not missing any areas. And we just want to go in and apply nice and thick to make sure we get nice saturation. And then remove each cotton strip as you go. So what we're doing now is I've mixed up my new bleach with a 20 volume, and I'm just going through and taking it through all the ends just to get them nice and light. And I'm using a balayage board to keep it nice and neat. As you can see, the roots are already lifting pretty well in comparison to the ends. So by taking this through, it's going to make it nice and even for our blonde. So as you can see, we've finished applying. It's all the way from the roots right down to the ends. We're going to leave this for up to 50 minutes now. We'll check every sort of 20 minutes to see how we're getting along, and then we'll rinse it out and we'll see you at the basin. So our time has been on for 50 minutes, and I'm just massaging Jana's colour through just to make sure that it's really nice and even. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let her head back, support her neck. If you give me the weight of your neck for me. There we go, that's it. There we go. So we're just going to make sure we rinse this out really, really nicely. So we finished rinsing now, and now I'm going to apply the Smart Bond Step 2 all over the hair. It's really important that you make sure that before you apply the Smart Bond that the hair is really thoroughly rinsed with no bleach left in it. So the Smart Bond has been on 10 minutes. What we're going to do now is we're going to shampoo and we're going to condition, and then we're going to take Jana upstairs and get her dried off for her toner. So we've just finished shampooing and conditioning Jana's hair. So what we like to do here at Skyler London is before we do the first toner, we always like to dry it off, as this helps to get a really nice, clean, even result. Now it's always worth mentioning to your guests that, hey, your hair is going to look much, much yellower than normal in this light because it had no toner on it yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take it out. I'm going to use a nice porosity equalizer. This is the Perfect for Platinum Miracle Filler treatment from Pureology. And what that's going to do is that's just going to help to even the porosity out. So when we apply the toner, it's going to go on nice and evenly. So as you can see, we've dried the hair off now. We've shampooed, dried. And you can see that the bleach is a lot cleaner, but we still, where the old regrowth was, we still have just a slight sort of line of demarcation from where the previous roots were. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our toner. I've used half PO1, half PO2 in Lua with the 25 volume developer. And what I'm going to do is just apply it down to this area for the first 10 minutes. And then for the last 10 minutes, I'm going to take it all the way through the ends. So as you can see, I finished the back 2 sections and now I'm working on one of the front sections. One thing to note when working with your Luo toners is that they do come up quite pink. So always warn your guests as well to pre-warn them. Your hair's not turning pink, I promise. It's just where the toner is lifting and depositing that violet tone to neutralize that yellow. So what we'll do is after I finish these 2 sides, we'll leave her to develop for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to take it through the ends. And just a quick note as well, I always like to start at the back when I'm doing my toners as well, because like I said before, generally that tends to be the darker area and the area that needs a bit more toning to it. So this has been on for 10 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is go through the lengths and ends just with a balayage board, just to apply the rest of the toner, and then this toner will stay on for another 10 minutes. So we've just finished applying the toner through to the lengths and ends. We're going to leave this for 10 minutes and then we're going to take her over to the basin and get it rinsed out. So as you can see, we've waited 20 minutes now, and when we start to scrape the color away, we like to do this to kind of see where we're at. I'm really happy with the results, so I'm going to rinse this now and then we're going to start applying our second toner. So I've just rinsed out my first toner and now I'm going to go in with my second toner, just mainly concentrating on these lengths and ends, just to get that last bit of yellow out. So now my second toner is applied. I'm just going to stay here and visually check it because it can turn quite quickly, but it can stay on for up to 20 minutes. So we've just finished doing all the toning and all the Smart Bond and shampooing and conditioning, and now we're going to dry Yana's hair off and just give her some nice, beautiful soft waves. So this is the final result. As you can see, we've done a really gorgeous blonde color on Yana today, and we've started with this really nice soft wave just to give it a bit of movement and a bit of bounce. She's got quite a fine texture, so we didn't want it to feel too flat and really give it a nice bit of impact as well. So just to run over what we did, we went in to where her previous roots were and bleached those up first. Then we relightened through the lengths and ends, and then we did quite a lot of toning just to make sure we got all that yellow out. But what do you think? Do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
It looks so amazing.